G'day mates, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm doing my drop spot guide for Chapter 2 Season 3. I've been grinding out arena solos for pretty much 8 to 10 hours every single day on stream, and I've found the 5 best drop spots on the map for every single type of player. Whether you're a more passive player, I have some drop spots in there for you. If you're a more aggressive player, I've got some drop spots in there for you. I'm pretty much showing you the best place to drop on that area to make sure you get as much loot as possible, eliminate everyone else around you, and then where to rotate out of there to get maximum materials and best chance of winning. So if you like this video, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any really good drops that you found that I missed out on. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm pumping out so much content right now and the support has been unreal. So please keep that up, and yeah, hope you enjoy the video. To make sure that every skill level is addressed today and everyone walks away from this video knowing the best drop spot for them, I'm going to be ranking today's 5 drops into their level of risk. Now, when I say level of risk, I mean the chance that you're going to be contested by other players and maybe your level of mechanical skill that you're going to need to walk away with. So if you're a newer player to the game, or you're someone who likes to play safer and you consider yourself smarter, but you're maybe not as good in those early game fights, you want to go for the lower risk end. If you're one of those players who is very mechanical, but you find that you're not getting to endgame as much, and maybe this better loot that you're going to walk away with from the high risk drops will be better for you, then you want to go for the first few drop spots. So starting off, we have Authority, which is going to be a very high risk drop. Weather Station, which is going to be more of a medium to high risk. Rickety Rig, which is going to be a medium risk. Salty Boat, which will be low risk. And then Frenzy Bridge, which is going to be a very low risk. This is kind of my cheeky strat where almost anyone can get Champions Division and almost anyone can win a game of Fortnite. So if you want to see that one, wait to the very end. Right at the end, I'll go through that strategy. It's pretty broken right now. Pretty much anyone can win a game with that strategy. But again, we're going to start off with the highest risk and go right down to the lowest risk. My most risky drop spot of all is definitely going to be the Authority, but I have an absolutely god tier way to drop it to make sure that you get a guaranteed P90 every single time instantly with almost no one ever dropping near you. So the strategy is essentially dropping outside right near these stairs that are going to take you down through the vents to go outside the vault. The henchman that guards the vault is guaranteed to be carrying a P90. So all you need to do is get any weapon before you go down there. There's a few different weapon spawns on top, but if there's one that you have to go for that someone else on the edge can shoot you from, just go straight underneath, because there's always a weapon spawn just inside the door on the left. If nothing's there though, you have the chest straight forward as well at the vent. So you have plenty of options here. All you do is get the first gun you can, go straight through that vent, take down the henchman with the P90, make sure that the chest above you, there's no one in there. If someone goes in there and loots it, just leave it. There's plenty of chests down here for you to get as much loot as possible. But if no one's there, pretty much just chop out above you, get that guaranteed chest, and then go straight back into the vents. You should now have a P90, an epic P90, and hopefully a bit of shield or a couple of other weapons to work with. If someone instantly rushes down underneath now, you have more than enough to take them out with very quickly, or by a few well-placed cones, you can now open up what is always a guaranteed chest to your left and a guaranteed chest over near the turret with the shield barrel. I like to put a cone on top of the turret as well so it doesn't fire at you. It's honestly one of the best ways to loot Authority. You're walking away with 3 chests guaranteed, sometimes 4 if you want to be a little bit riskier and go for this other one in the vent, but you've got 4 chests and roughly 8 to 10 floor spawns, and almost no one comes down here straight away. I usually walk out of here either with a couple of limbs because people rush down to me and they're completely scuffed on loot, or I walk away with full health, full shield, a P90, and god loadout to go rail everyone else at Authority. This is definitely the best way you can drop it. As far as rotations out of Authority, that's completely up to you. It's going to depend on whether you get your hand on that grappler or not. If you do, awesome, you can go wherever you want on the map. Same with the helicopter. If not, what I would probably tend to do is usually rotate towards your east if you're trying to be safer, only because there's less major drop spots over there in POIs, and that's where you can get the rest of your material. The only downside to the Authority is you're not going to walk away with too much material. You've got to find your wood and you've got to find your brick, but luckily, they're the 2 most easy materials to find. So I normally rotate east unless the zone is going far west, and in that case you have a whole loot path to go through to get your metal, wood, and brick at the surrounding islands. So The weather station drop is going to fall in that medium to high risk category, only because there are quite a few people who land here, because a lot of people want to land here, get the loot, and then go down and contest caddy corners, which is the option you might have as well. If you want to get your hands on Kit's shockwave launcher and then Kit's shotgun, which are, in my opinion, the two strongest mythics in the game, this is one of the best ways to do it. So your plan is to land up on top of the weather station. Now, I would always try and land at the main building of weather station. If you can, land on the bottom level, because there's 2 chests down there. Every other level only has 1 chest. It means if someone lands above you, they're going to have a bit more control with pushing down, but you're going to get the superior loot quicker. It also means that if you have, say, only 1 person contesting you and they're dropping on the top of the main building, you can then easily get your 2 chests and rotate straight to the side building, which also has another guaranteed 2 chests as well. The reason why I don't like dropping in this side building is it cuts you off. You get pinned between caddy corner and the other building, where if you drop main building and you somehow don't get enough loot, or you get super contested, you can very quickly go straight to the helicopter, or just rotate far south, go down the mountain. There's plenty of more loot spots down there as well. So this has a good backup option. Assuming that you win now, you've won the weather station, this is the big decision. Are you going to rotate to caddy corner? I would normally take a look, see how many players are there, see if they've already opened the vault, and see where everyone's going. If you don't want to rotate into caddy corners, you don't want to be as aggressive, this drop spot is still phenomenal. You either have a guaranteed helicopter if someone didn't take it, or you're walking away with absolutely stacked loot, and you can rotate. Normally, I would try and go more towards Misty, and then go up north, because you've got the water rotate there. You've got plenty of wood and brick to farm, because you should have gotten your max metal from weather station, because you have plenty of cars and you have the fences. So metal being the hardest resource to farm right now, make sure you grab all that before you make your rotate. Rickety Rig is my personal favorite out of all of the drop spots so far in the new season. It is going to be my solo drop spot for a few major reasons. One being the fact that it has a guaranteed open vault. What that means is this is the only vault on the map that doesn't have a keycard to get into, but because of this, it has less loot. But what it does have is a guaranteed airdrop. So you're walking away with a launch pad and a legendary item every single time. So the way you want to do this is, as much as that vault is the strongest part of this drop, you don't want to drop into it. If you go straight for the vault, you're pretty much risking the fact that you get good loot out of that launch, out of that airdrop and that singular chest. I'd suggest landing on the very top. You get a guaranteed 3 chests up there on the very top level, and then you have 1 every level below that with a lot more floor spawns. So land on the very top, decide based on the loot you have whether you quickly rush the player in the vault, or are you going to rotate more north and loot the other 5 chests that are out there as well. This island has so many chests on it and so much loot, you don't have to rush the vault if you get bad loot, and that's why dropping on the top gives you that control. If you get good loot, I normally drop on the top, loot my way down, then rush straight into the vault player, because they normally don't have the best loot. From here, you're going to be guaranteed full metal, 3/4 wood, and almost full brick as well. You can almost get full material on this island. You also have a geyser to the north for free rotation, or you have 2 boats and a helicopter spawn on the north island if for whatever reason no one drops there. It is, in my opinion, the best solo drop on the map right now for that medium tier risk. You're probably going to have 1 or maybe 2 people contest you, but the loot you walk away with is always worth it. And from here, you have very safe, easy rotations. There's no major POIs here. Fortilla is the longest to loot mythic POI of any of them, and it's the one mythic POI with no rotation. So you don't have someone rotating out of there that you have to deal with, like if you drop near caddy corner. So this is my favorite drop spot on the map. Hopefully I don't see you there in my games, because it's where I've been dropping a whole bunch, but I think for most players, this will be the drop spot. It's just aggressive enough, but it's also just safe enough where you can still make it to endgame with that guaranteed launch pad. My favorite safe drop location now that isn't revolving around that helicopter strat is going to be the boat that's outside of Salty and Pleasant. This is an insanely good boat because it has guaranteed full shield worth of shield barrels. The only issue you're going to have to run into is you need to know how to loot it quickly, because you do have 2 major POIs right near you, arguably 3 if you count Sweaty Sands as well. So what you want to do is you want to land on the far south side of this boat. It doesn't have the shield barrels, but it has much more loot. There's no reason dropping north side, getting full shield, but only having 1 or 2 guns if you're contested. So I usually drop south side. If I know I'm uncontested, I save all of my shield so that when I get to the north side, I can then farm out all the shield barrels and then save my shield. But you need to make sure you're looting this as quick as possible. If there's a whole bunch of fishing holes nearby, it's worth when flying in to check how many people are dropping at the major POIs around you. If you see that they're really contested and they're going to be taking a fair bit of time fighting each other, then you can maybe take your time with the fishing holes, but you need to be sure you get out of there before all the areas converge on you. The biggest risk I see people taking with this drop, and again, it is very uncontested. You will at most have one person maybe every 3 games. The issue I see them taking is looting too slowly and then getting caught before they rotate. You need to get the loot from this boat and then go straight north, get as much metal as you can on this island as well, because it has a lot of chests, and then keep rotating to very good brick and wood. The reason why I don't mention where to rotate for brick and wood is because it's pretty much everywhere on this map. You just need to make sure you get your metal from those piles of metal on the far north island. So make sure this one, don't take your time, try and loot it as efficiently as possible as I show you in this video, and get your loot and get out. But if you can do that, you will almost always make it off spawn because you are never contested here. It's a really great drop for those players that are a little bit more passive and want to make it to endgame, but they don't want to sit in a helicopter all game. My safest drop spot of all is going to be the bridge drop. So you're dropping the bridge near Frenzy Farm. Now, the reason you're going to do this drop is because you want the helicopter. There's a lot of controversy around using helicopters to get arena points. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I feel like if you're playing arena, you should be trying to smash it out and get better as a player. But if you really just want to get placement points, you really just want to get a couple wins under your belt, this is the way to do it. What you're going to do is you're going to drop on the far south side of the bridge. This is going to give you 2 chest spawns. You have one in the little building and you have one under the bridge. You've also got a few floor spawns around there as well. So you're grabbing at least a couple of guns. You're going to farm as much metal as you can here because it's just free metal. Keep your eye on the helicopter. Make sure no one rotates and takes that. So you pretty much want to loot from south to north as fast as you can to make sure if someone comes to take your helicopter, you can quickly take them out. Because if anyone is rotating to that helicopter and they get there before you, they are going to have very, very bad loot because you've pretty much dropped right next to it on the only chest and loot that there is. So all you're going to do is then grab that helicopter, you're going to head straight up to Sky Limit, and you're going to sit there and you're going to get free arena points. That's pretty much the easiest way to gain points right now. If you really just want to gain points, there is no reason to do anything else but helicopter camping. But even in tournaments, or if you just want to play a little bit safer, this is still a viable strategy. I'm not going to say you should never get in a helicopter. If you want to get placement points and you want to practice your end game, this is the drop for you. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed my video. I just wanted to make this a little bit more exciting for a drop spot video. I didn't want to just say drop here, get this chest, go downstairs, get this chest. I wanted to kind of give you my thought process and things you should be thinking about while looting. At any point, if you need to slow down the video to see exactly which chest I'm getting, feel free. Also, if you have any questions about the drop spots or you want to see me do them slowly in real time, either swing by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/AussieAntics when I'm live. I'm playing arena solos all the time, or feel free to go back in my VODs. I pretty much drop at these 5 spots in rotation and you can see how I loot them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Again, let me know in the comment section down below if you disagree, agree. Hopefully I didn't ruin any of your drop spots, but again, like I said, if this even gets a few thousand views, I'll be stoked. So please keep showing the support on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I'm going to be doing a trios drop spot guide really soon. I just need to get into the swing of things and play in some trios. So thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And yeah, hope you have a good day, night, wherever you are, and hope you enjoyed the video.